So, hi, good morning, everyone. I, Rajan Kakkar, welcome you all in this wonderful session of Cégep College, Canada, one of the best colleges of Canada. And today we have Job Augusti Bob from Cégep College, who is representing Cégep College, and he is present with us with sharing his vision and knowledge about the Cégep and the updates of Canada. So, I welcome you all in this session. With warm regards to Job Augusti, and I would like to invite Job so he can share his presentation with us. So over to you, Job.
Thank you, Rajan. Thank you. I hope all can hear my voice, I believe.
Yes, absolutely.
So good morning to all. So I all had your breakfast, I believe. So that's it. So starting off with a simple fun idea. So what do we know about Canada, first of all? So let's start with Rajan. So Rajan, you can start the session with clearing some information to the whole team.
Yes. Most important part is the education sector, and after that the work permit, which attracts the maximum crowd of India towards Canada.
So basically Canada for it's a like safe and peaceful country, and part of it and study कंसर्न स्टडी स्पेसिफिकली कॉलेजेस कोर्सेज अवेलेबिलिटी है यहाँ पे, और ये कनाडा जो है 6th पीसफुल कंट्री मानी गई हुई है.
Compared to other countries, fees is very less.
So there are simple things, or I would like to share to you what I know personally based on my facts, based on my understanding. First thing is that Canada is the second largest country in the world after Russia. So the importance of logistics, supply chain management, export, import, transportation, warehousing, was huge demand in Canada. The first thing is that. Second thing, as per travel destinations compared, it's the first country in the world based on stats for travel destinations. So coming to the next thing, what are the three major cities in Canada? There is Toronto, there is Montreal, and there is Vancouver. So Montreal is a city which is situated in Quebec province. So I'll be coming much towards Quebec province in the coming time. So coming to the college ranking. So in the world ranking, Canadian colleges are ranked top high ranking for Canadian colleges. And coming to the data or stats, 96% of international students recommend Canada as study destination. And in that 96%, 60% of international students prefer PR in Canada. There are main reasons students that 60% of international students prefer PR in Canada. First thing is that the education system, the Canadian college education system is pretty high, as I told before itself. Second thing, the reputation of Canada being a tolerant and non-discriminatory country or society. And the third most important thing is that the safest country in the world. So I'm sure the three main reasons. Not just that, the healthcare system, that is government-funded healthcare system, is pretty much to the par with any other much comparatively developed countries. So the permanent residents and citizens can also avail for this healthcare system, government funded. So it's a basic understanding or the basic thought we should know about Canada. So I'm coming to the Montreal or Quebec. So shall we explain to you about Quebec? So Quebec is considered to be the gateway to Canada. So the question is, what is considered to be like, why Quebec is called the gateway to Canada? First thing is that Quebec in the past years ahead, or past years, in the past experiences, as per my knowledge, Quebec wanted to be a separate country from Canada, separate itself from Canada and be a separate country. Quebec wanted to be. So, but if Quebec got separated, the GDP or the revenue received by the Canadian government from Quebec will be much lesser. So that's what a special preference is given to Quebec province. So in Quebec, Montreal is suited. That's why Quebec is considered to be the gateway. And not just that, any person who wants to get inside Canada and receive PR or get settled out in Canada, the easiest way is through Quebec province, and in that Montreal. So that's a basic understanding about Quebec we should all know. So any person who will ask me, why should I go to Canada? Just explain to me simple words or layman terms that if you want to receive PR or wants to settle in Canada, the easiest way is through Quebec province. And in Quebec province, the best city as of now is Montreal. So coming to Montreal stats or Montreal understanding, it's a vibrant, multicultural, and of course a cosmopolitan city, especially for international students. So just coming to the stats in that, the top 20 destination in the world for visiting. And the cost of living, of course, you already know, it's 25 to 50% much lesser compared with the whole country, especially Toronto or Vancouver. So student city is the first best city for student culture and student-based experiences. So not just that, the affordable housing is there. The student jobs or part-time jobs easily can get easily part-time jobs. And not just that, the quality of life is much far better than any other provinces or cities. And not just that, a person who wants to explore or chill or enjoy the culture and city, the free festivals will be there all around the year, and the food is multicultural. And another important thing is that it's a bilingual city. And not just that, it's the oldest city, it's Montreal, and it's compared with North America. North America, the oldest city in North America, that's Montreal. And not just that, the culture, the architecture in Montreal and Quebec is European. And of course, as said by my so-called partner, it's most safest and secure country, or safest and secure city in the world. So that's a basic idea or basic understanding about Montreal and Quebec. So I believe right now it's clear. So coming back. So I said before itself, Quebec, it's a bilingual city or bilingual province. So bilingual, what is meant by bilingual? So bilingual, which means more than two languages or more than spoken or taught or being understood or being spoken out. The communication is more than two languages. That's bilingual city. So major languages in Quebec as of now in Montreal is French and English. So most important issue faced by students, why should I be in a city or a province where French is being spoken or French is being taught? So it's a great issue for especially Indian students. That's why people mostly prefer for Toronto or Vancouver. So what you say is a site in which the internal students' preference or people who currently go to, as per this current data, how many percentage of students prefer each provinces. I'm sure you can clearly visible. In that, Ontario is with 48%, British Columbia is with 23%, and Quebec with 14%. So you understand the difference of percentage preferred by international students for studying in Quebec province, 14%. So that's the first thing. 14% of international students only prefer Quebec. So the main understanding and the main population in Quebec is mostly middle-aged and old. The importance of young blood and people from other countries and provinces preferring Quebec is much more higher. They need, and compared with 5% of Alberta, Labrador for 1%, and Nova Scotia for 3%. These are mostly harsh climate areas. So that's what less preference or less percentage is there. That's the basic about Quebec, 14%. We should know the data because explaining to the students about what Quebec is preferred most of the time is because the people who mostly go and study in Quebec is just 14% out of the whole country exactly. So importance of Quebec with a middle-aged or old population for young blood is really high. And not just that, come to the part-time jobs. So when compared with Ontario or Vancouver or Toronto with Quebec, for example, is compared with a simple basic example. That in Ontario or Vancouver there is X, Y, Z students who are currently looking for part-time jobs. So X will be ready to work for 14 CAT, Y will be ready to work for 10 CAT, and Z will be ready for Z will be ready for working for 8 CAT. So there is the clear example or clear understanding about cheap labor as of now. People ready to work for cheaper salary or cheaper wages. But in Quebec, population is less, it's middle-aged or old, and the students preferring right now Quebec is just 14%. So the chance of getting high-paid wages or high-paid part-time jobs is really huge in Quebec. I believe right now you understand what's the importance of Quebec right now. Yeah. Coming to what exactly Cégep is going to do with Quebec. So first thing is that we should know what is meant by Cégep. Cégep simply means school. C-E-G-E-P, that's the meaning of spelling of Cégep. There are around 29 institutions or branches or colleges, you can say, of Cégep 29. In that 29 institutions, only 5 institutions are given to students in the language of English. That is the teaching languages in English. 5 institutions in the 29 institutions. In that 5 institutions out of 39, only 2 institutions are open for international students. I believe now you can clearly understand what is meant by Cégep. There are 29, in that 5 for English language instruction. In that 5 institutions of English, only 2 are open for international students. And Cégep Marie-Victorin in that 2 institutions is the 3rd largest college or public funded college in Quebec or in Montreal right now, as of now, with a strength of 15,000 students. That's clear?
Right.
Perfect. That's good. So what makes Cégep a pretty much good college or a pretty much top level college compared to other colleges, especially public funded colleges compared or private colleges compared? First thing is that the whole college system is established late 1960s or so, late 1960s onwards. So it is pretty all colleges and infrastructure, and of course the faculty taught are pretty amazing too. I'll be coming much towards that. First thing is that a student who is completing 1 year course or a 2 year course in Cégep by default will be getting work permit. So in private institutions, that's not the case, because a student has to clearly complete this many hours. The criteria hours is there. So 1,300, 1,400 hours should be there. But for Cégep, it's not the case. A person by default will be receiving work permit based on the completion of 1 year course or a 2 year course. First thing is that. Second thing, the faculties are unionized. So the word is unionized. So people will understand what you mean by unionized faculty. So just in case a scenario in India, a person who has completed a BTech or MTech, a proper course, can simply apply for any colleges in Canada, at least majority of colleges. But in Quebec, in Cégep college, that's not the case. A person who applying to the college in Cégep should have clear-cut experience in the similar program, in the same program. For example, it's a course provided by Cégep MB, that is international trade. So for a faculty or a person who wants to teach the students or international students in international trade, should have at least an experience in the same program, that is international trade, at least for 7 to 15 years in the market, in the corporate world. The experience of international trade or any other course should be at least 7 to 15. Such faculty will be only kept as faculty in Cégep. First thing. And second thing is that this faculty will be having proper knowledge about placements, HRs, and of course the corporate world in the outside college part. They know exactly where's the placements. They have proper tie with MNCs, all the firms, all the HR part, and of course all the concerned things which is related with getting jobs for the college students or after completing of placements, after completing of courses or programs. So this kind of faculties will be already taught in Cégep. So it is unionized. That's the meaning of unionized. Second thing is that. And third thing, to tell before, it's a Cégep is a public funded college, properly and officially controlled by the immigration and of course by the government of Quebec, Education Ministry of Quebec to be specific. So any update which the Canada is receiving, the first receiver will be of course Cégep. And the student who is completing the course in Cégep will be getting much valuable importance for certificates based on other colleges. So good to go?
Yeah.
Good. So I'm directly going to the criteria, that is who all can apply for a college in Cégep. So I will share in the screen with you the team. So that's a college logo, that is Cégep Marie-Victorin. The criteria and the requirement is followed by that. For January intake as of now, we have 7 courses, 7 programs. And the criteria for 7 programs as is listed below. First thing is that the academic qualification is 52. That is just minimum. And of course, any student with basic idea about colleges can simply earn this 52%. And that too, it's only in course subjects, and that too in average. Course subjects average, that is 52%. Coming to next thing, it is backlogs. How many backlogs we need to accept for bachelor students and how many backlogs we need to accept for grade 12, that is plus to pass students. For the maximum for bachelors, it is 8. And for higher secondary education, please, Rajan?
Yeah. For the 3 years bachelor's and 4 year bachelor, the backlogs will be same?
Of course, it's 8 exactly. I'm sorry, I think it's 8. And we do accept 8, 10 or 11 also based on the IELTS, that is English Proficiency Exam score. If a person is having pretty good score, that is 7, 7.5, I don't go for 8, but if the person is having 8 also, a pretty good score with a much more backlog, that is 10 or 11, we do accept. So criteria is based on weightage, right? The person is having high weightage in IELTS or English Proficiency Exam, and the backlog will be 11 or 12, we do accept. For example, otherwise a backlog is 10 or 11, but the current position or the current working profession, the experience, and of course the description on the company in which the person is working, the candidate is working, is pretty amazing and pretty good, then also we do accept. So we do push students based on some criteria too. That is, now we understand, I believe Rajan can understand that. Just to explain once again, we do accept for bachelor students 8 backlogs, and the maximum is for 4 backlogs for grade 12. And we do accept students who are having much more based on the English Proficiency Exam, and if the person is working in some firm based on the designation, the company reputation. I think now it's clear. Perfect. That's good. So next thing is gap. So gap is really important as of now. The gap as of now, without any experience or any experience certificates of 2 years. More than 2 years, we need to show the college and of course the admission team what the person has been doing for more than 2 years. Up to 2 years, there is no need of any certificates or any proof based on what the student has been doing. In more than 2 years, we should need, or the candidate should need any explanation certificate for a gap in between. And up to 5 years is understandable, and more than 5 years, of course, the same weightage should be there up to 6 or 7. More than 7 years, it is a bit difficult to push a student. Next, it's age. As written here, it's 18 to 26, but it's been changed because of current COVID situation. It's 18 to 30 as of now. I think that's a good news, I believe, for the whole team. Good, that's good. Next thing is English proficiency exam. Or it can be anything which is written by English proficiency exam. So for bachelor students, the criteria for IELTS or IELTS indicator or any English proficiency exam, it's overall 6, nothing less than 6 for each and every module. 4 modules should be 6 with overall 6. Otherwise, overall 6.5, only one module 5.5 out of 4. I think it's clear for you. Overall 6, nothing less than 6 for each and every module, 4 modules. Overall 6.5, only one module 5.5. Right. That's for bachelor students. For grade 2 students, higher secondary pass students, it is overall 6, only one module 5.5. Clear? Right. Perfect. So we do accept students who are clearing TOEFLs and Duolingo, but the students won't be going in SDS category, only in general category. I believe so. It's better we prefer the students or ask students or request students to go for IELTS or IELTS indicator, which is as of now will be gone for SDS category. That's the criteria, and of course, one year tuition fee should be clearly paid in advance for getting LOA. Work experience already clear. This is a late date for admission, that is pre-admission for October 16th and admission up to October 31st. So that's the basic idea about the rest of the things. Coming to the courses part, these are the 7 courses as of now for general intake. In that 4 already been there for September intake onwards. That is accounting and management, early childhood education, computerized financial management, and of course international trade. These are already been accessible from September intake. The rest highlighted ones: computer network and technical support, network administration and security, and the last one, secure admission. This is a new course which is already been updated for general intake. So as I said before itself, it's already been evaluated and researched by the Ministry of Education. The Ministry of Education properly evaluates the market source, the market exactly. With some proper research, they kept the course, because they want to make sure that each person who completes the Cégep program, when he is getting out or she is getting out, should be able to receive or get a job based on the program the student has completed. So based on that stream and based on that idea, they kept the programs. So each program as of now for Cégep MB, there is always 100% job availability in the market. And if a person is having difficulty, for example, after the completion of accounting and management, finding a job in the market, they make sure that the coming intake, they cancel this program and a new program based on research and based on evaluation is kept. There's another USP or unique selling proposition of Cégep. So coming to the segmentation. So all the programs are for 2 years. I think it's already visible in the screen itself. All the programs are for 2 years. In that, 3 programs of grade 12. Grade 12, which means a plus 2 pass, otherwise a 10th standard with diploma. That's grade 12. And bachelor's, it can be bachelor's or in master's too. That is 3 programs for grade 12 and 4 programs for bachelor's. And the fee structure for 2-year programs is clearly seen here. That is 2 years with health insurance covered in it. That is 30,000 change or 31,000 change. Good. So I'm going to concentrate on each and every program right now. So coming with the first program, which is the September intake application form or the criteria form. In that, it's clearly visible which kind of students can apply for this kind of similar courses. So first 4 courses already explicitly for September intake courses will be explained to you first, and the rest 3 courses. So coming to the first course, it is management. Don't look at the fee structure. It is already been changed because I already explained to you that, I believe. It's for September intake with the not updated fee structure. But just to make the whole team visibly see the screen and understand from the basic idea about the academic qualification, that's why I'm sharing this screen with you. So I think it's good to go.
Yeah.
So coming to the first course, that is management and accounting technology. You can also call it accounting and management technology also. As I said before itself, all the courses are for 2 years. And there is 3 courses for grade 12 and 4 for bachelor's. Coming to the first course is, of course, management and accounting technology with the 2-year program with segmentation only for grade 12. So academic qualification, that is CEC, MEC, otherwise a 10th standard that is grade 12 pass with a 3 years diploma in accounting or into finance. I think that's the easiest. I think it's go for it, because the program itself states or understands. The program itself makes a counseling team, and of course, the person who reads it understand this kind of student can go for this program. So grade 12, which means 10th and plus 2 pass, and of course the diploma also can go for it. And management accounting already states it's for accounting and management stream, and of course CEC and MEC also can be preferable. Second, it's early childhood education. The first thing we should know is that it's a female candidates only program. So the question comes, why only female candidates? So this program itself states early childhood education is for taking care of children or nursing the children or education of children for the age of 3 to 4 months or 3 to 4 weeks up to 7 or 8. So the families in Canada or in Quebec preference is only for female candidates, because as we all know, the empathy and the emotion structure of female candidates is pretty amazing for compared with male candidates. It's a discriminatory part, but we all have to accept it. So that's what government and of course immigration and of course education system prefer only female candidates. And I already explained to you the whole research is been done for every program and every course, and of course based on market they kept it. So in other colleges they prefer this similar programs for male candidates too. But let me assure you, it's only for female candidates which is demanding or job demanding. For male candidates, it's comparatively very less and nobody prefer for that. So coming to the segmentation or the qualification, it is BPC or psychology related. A person who's completed biology, physics, chemistry, that is BPC, or psychology can apply for this program. I think now it's good. It's clear, I believe.
Yeah.
Perfect. Third program, it's computerized financial management. It's a bachelor's program, and the program itself states it's related with financial management. So accounting and finance come into that. So any students who has completed bachelor's in finance stream can apply. That is BCom, BPA, MCom, MBA, PGDM in finance stream, anything which is related with finance. Good.
Yeah.
Fourth one, that is international trade. As I told before itself, Canada is the second largest country in the world. The importance of logistics, supply chain management, warehousing, export and import is really huge. So this program is considered the hot cake of Cégep Marie-Victorin. So Cégep Marie-Victorin, this program is considered because Quebec is the second largest province after Ontario. The importance of Quebec with the expectations of traveling, export importance is really huge. So that's what also gives a preference to Cégep MV. So coming to the qualifications, a person who has completed BCom, BBA, MCom, MBA in finance or PGDM can apply for this course. Otherwise, BSc in stats, MSc in CSC and HSC also can apply for this program. The fourth program has already been existing from September intake onwards. I think for this program, four programs, we have no doubts or no clarification required.
I think it's clear.
Perfect. Coming to the rest three programs, in that one is grade 1 and 2 are for bachelors. Computer, networking and technical support. This is a new program for January intake and it's for grade 12. Grade 12 which is a 10th standard pass or diploma of 10. A plus 2 pass or a 10th standard pass with diploma. So coming to the segmentation, which kind of students can apply for this course? So a person who has completed plus 2 in mathematics, maths, otherwise a 10th standard pass with 3 years diploma in computer science, IT, information technology, otherwise electronics and communication engineering. That's a segmentation a student has to go for once to continue in this program or wants to go for this program. Should have this kind of similar course. That is a plus 2 in mathematics, also 3 years diploma after 10th in computer science, IT, otherwise electronics and communication engineering. I think it's clear.
Right. Yeah.
Perfect. I think this program has already been explained to you. The next program, that is network administration and security. It's bachelor's program. And of course, a student who has completed plus 2 with 3 years diploma can also apply for this course.
Can be opted by the bachelor student as well as with the students of 10 plus 2, right?
No, not 10 plus 2, it's 12 plus 3.
5 plus 3, okay.
Yeah, so it's a bachelor program, so we prefer only a plus 2 pass with 3 years diploma.
Right.
But grade 12 programs, we do accept 10 plus 2 or 10 plus 3, sorry, not 10 plus 2, 10 plus 3.
Right.
So coming at 12 plus 3 in diploma, that is in computer science, IT, that is information technology, otherwise electronics and communication engineering. The same thing is already been explained to you for the previous program, same segmentation, but start. Next thing, we do accept bachelor students, of course the bachelor programs in BSc in computers, computer applications, computer science engineering, information technology, IT, and of course electronics and communication engineering too. That is bachelor's. That is one thing to repeat. Bachelor's in computers, that is BSc in computers, computer applications, computer science engineering, information technology, that is IT, and of course PCE.
Right.
Same segmentation for masters too.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, hello.
This is Sonia. I just want to check, is there any study gap limit for these programs?
For example, could you please explain to me, like after this master's or bachelor's, you mean a gap, like 2 to 3 years, and it's working in that sense?
Yeah, actually, I have completed my bachelor's degree. Currently, also, I'm working as a software engineer. So, around 6 years of study gap is there, no? So, is there any problem for me to go for higher studies?
Yeah, just no problem. Based on it said actually 6 years, right? So mostly we have to go for 5 years. But if your English proficiency exam, that is IELTS indicator exam score is pretty high, that is around 7.5, 7.5, which they can do push. And of course 6 we do push. It's all right. We can.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay.
Perfect.
Fine.
So
Thank you.
I think no worries. Always welcome.
Excuse me, sir. Sorry for interrupting.
Please continue.
That you said that BSc, MSc, is it same for BTech, MTech as well?
So what are the BTech in which program? The question is that.
I mean,
BTech,
BTech
of course,
in
engineering,
computer science,
anything.
like
A lot of
BSc
streams are there.
No, like BSc in computers is 3 years and BTech in computer science is 4 years, na?
But in that, the question comes of course subjects start in the BTech. Computer science, BTech in computer science, the course subjects comes into picture there. So for example, I'll be sharing you a brochure. I'll show you one brochure, 1 minute.
Oh, sure.
So in that it's clearly mentioned, look, it's a brochure here, you can see clearly here. It's for network administration and security, it's a brochure. And it's clearly mentioned here, skills developed. So the question is to clearly answer it. So for BTech for 4 years for computer science or computer science engineering or IT, in each brochure it's called clearly mentioned the core subject start, that skills developed. In that, it's a skills developed. So if the engineering department or engineering program considers this programs also being taught in the engineering batches, then of course we can push. Got it?
Right.
So it's not just BSc, engineering, computer science, IT also can be pushed or can be given preference based on the core subjects taught in this program or any other program to be explicit. The core subjects have been taught and have all been teaching in this concerned team or concerned program, then we can push the students. And now I think Tej, I believe his name, it will be, I think his doubt is cleared, I believe. It's based on the course subjects taught for the course, a program, for example, BTech or BTech in computer science or into anything similar with that.
All right.
Perfect. So coming back, I believe I can continue with it. Any more doubts as of now for this? Anything else? Any doubts?
No.
Perfect. Just to inform once again, so such candidates should be there. Please give a note in the mail in which the student has completed BTech in this stream and which the program is interested is, for example, network administration and security. And of course, the program which is related with engineering also been teaching this course subjects. So then we can look into the matter and come with a positive response in the mail. Coming back. Of course, grade 12 plus 2 with 3 years diploma in computer science, IT, and of course electronics and communication engineering. Otherwise, bachelor's in similar studies, BSc in computers, computer applications, computer science engineering, IT, and of course ACE. Same with masters too, but only difference is bachelor's and masters. Something it's good to go. I already explained this to guys. I'm going in a fast mode. So come to the last program. It is secure application development. Just to inform, it's 2-year program. Of course, it's for bachelor students. And coming to the segmentation, all the students can apply for this program. It is grade 12, that is plus 2 pass, with a 3 years diploma in computer science and of course IT. There is no EC in this program.
Right.
It's only difference. And coming to, of course, a bachelor's can also apply for this because it's a bachelor program. It's BSc in computers, computer applications, computer science engineering, and of course information technology. Same stream for masters too. I think that's a whole program with the whole segmentation, of course, the criteria for it. So coming back to the basic idea about CSEPs. So when I compare in Indian college, a person who wants to go for PGTM or for MBA, there are 3 simple steps or 3 simple criteria student has to look forward or look into. The first thing is the college AICT approved. We all know because at least some of them are already completed masters in business management or PGTM. So we already know about this. So there's just information on the student who's looking for, because the student who wants to go for Canada will be looking all the way same criteria, same record, because of course they'll be looking for, okay, is the college AICT approved? Second thing is the college has placements. The third thing, how many permanent faculties are there in MBA college or MBA program introduced or program college. So the same thing if you compare it in Canadian college, this is the way it should be. First thing I said is the AICT approved. So just like that, our Cégep, GIM or Cégep, Marie-Victorin, it's AICT approved in a similar way to Canadian preference. That is, it's DLI Institute. It's Designated Learning Institute. Because if you look into the pre-admission letter or offer letter or exactly the LOA, it's clearly visible there, DLI number. So it's Designated Learning Institute. The second thing the student will be looking for placements. So as I said before itself, Cégep, Marie-Victorin and Cégep group of colleges always, and of course with the help of the Education Ministry of Quebec.
Right.
They always look into the programs given by Cégep and they themselves keep the programs. So for example, any program, for example, secure application development is fixed by proper evaluation, not just secure application development. Any programs of Cégep is properly evaluated and ministered and researched by the Minister of Education. Then only it's kept in Cégep colleges. Same with Cégep MBA, the Cégep Marie-Victorin too. So each program based on job availability, they are kept it based on the market preference and market need of employees and of course need of the employees and of course the candidates. Based on that, so job availability is 100% or 200% assured because it's taken care of by the Minister of Education. So placement comes in the picture is clear. The third thing, faculty. How many permanent faculty is fixed in an Indian college? So when I compare the same to a Canadian college, as I said before itself, all the faculties are properly unionized. So that picture comes into this. Unionized faculty, which means experience in the market, experience in the program, of course, well knowledgeable and best understanding about the market scenario, market understanding, market evaluation. So that's kind of the basic idea when I compare with layman terms, compared to the Indian college providing MBA or PGDM, to a Canadian college, public funded college called Cégep. So people will understand a public funded college will be picturizing public funded college, Indian IIT, NIT, okay, it's pretty good. But other colleges will be there which is pretty much not up to the level. But when I compared Cégep, we should not compare Cégep public funded college to Indian public funded college because the infrastructure is pretty far high above any private institutions. And of course, the infrastructure, the building, the facilities, and of course, the faculty and teaching preference given to students will be really pretty high. That's a basic idea about Cégep and Cégep Marie-Victorin. So in the brochure, if it's clearly visible, I think when I share the brochure with you, it's clearly mentioned ACS or AEC in that. Just once again, show it once again. Look, it's clearly mentioned here ACS, AEC, and of course ACS. So I'll be coming to that, but before going to that session, I would like to ask if does anyone have any doubts, any clarification, or anything which you want to ask me as of now.
Yes, team. Do you have any query?
No, nothing as of now.
Perfect. So that's good. I just now looked into the SAT exactly, so I'm sorry for the late reply. So first thing will be, so for Cégep Gym, you mean to say for Hardeep, the question was about Cégep Gym. So Cégep means another branch is taken care by Kalaivani. So I will look into it and I will be updating you based on that. So just to give it a kind request, Hardeep, to give a mail to Kalai, that is my colleague who's taking care of Cégep Marie-Victorin, Cégep Gym, that is Cégep Delicacy at the list, to give a mail recording the same thing because without providing a proper mail, it's not understandable to give a reply without giving a question for that. So kindly request to give a mail to that, to Kalaivani. So John Titus, I don't know who is that, Civil Engineering ITI. So I kindly request John Titus to talk with the concerned counseling team with regard to it and they'll be helping with that. And of course, for Civil Engineering, there is nothing for that. But the course that has been spent by, as I said before itself, the course that is set with IT or into business management or into accounting or finance, then we can push. ITI, I don't know what he meant by that, but John, kindly request to talk with counseling team.
John, could you please unmute your mic and ask your question?
Sir, I want the details of civil engineering abroad studies.
Right.
Civil engineering abroad studies. So, John, the question is that it's pretty much clear. So, civil engineering, the course should be clearly mentioned. So, what are the course subjects for civil engineering? It's mostly dealing with civil, I believe. So, civil students, there is no programs as of now for Cégep Marie-Victorin, but for Cégep Gym there is, and of course Rajan, the team will be talking to you regarding it. For Cégep Gym, there are huge programs for civil engineering students like project management, project programs too. But of course Rajan, our team will be explaining to you because the concerned person for Cégep Gym is not there. But to explain to you, I'll be explaining to you after the session for Cégep Marie-Victorin. For John, I kindly request you to please look forward with the counseling team because for Cégep Marie-Victorin as of now, they have clear-cut explanation regarding needed information for you. And just to give you a basic idea, for Cégep Gym for civil engineering students, there is of course project management, and of course there is only a project management is there, I believe, for civil engineering, nothing else. Project management is a one-year program for bachelor students, and any stream students other than biotechnic and bioengineering and of course chemical engineering cannot apply for this program, but for any other stream, that is accounting or into finance or any stream other than biotechnic, bioengineering and of course chemical engineering can apply for this course. So John, I believe his name is John, I believe. So John Titus, the best program as of now for civil engineering students as such you is project management, which is a 1-year program for bachelors. So John, if you're from Kerala, I understand a bit of Malayalam, so I'm partially a Keralite. So John, what I'm saying is that, so even if you're completing me from engineering പഠിക്കില്ല കുഴപ്പമില്ല, but just first thing and importance കൊടുക്കേണ്ടത് എൻ്റെ IELTS exam ആണ്. So നല്ലൊരു സ്കോർ മേടിക്കാൻ നോക്കുക ഇംഗ്ലീഷ് പ്രൊഫഷൻസി എക്സാമിന്, then it's easy for you. And second of all, me civil engineering ആണ് പഠിച്ചെന്ന് പറഞ്ഞത്. So as of now the right course, നിങ്ങൾക്ക് പറ്റിയ കോഴ്സ് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് പ്രൊജക്ട് മാനേജ്മെന്റ് ആണ്. പ്രശ്നം എന്ന് പറയുമ്പോൾ പ്രൊജക്ട് മാനേജ്മെന്റ് ഓൾറെഡി 1-year program ആണ്. So the Cégep ജിം അല്ലെങ്കിൽ Cégep കോളേജിന്റെ പേര് Cégep ജിം എന്നാണ്. So explain ചെയ്യാൻ പോവാണെങ്കിൽ വലിയ പേരാണ്. So I'm not difficulty giving you much difficulty on that. So Cégep എന്ന കോളേജിന്റെ പേര് the counseling team ആയിട്ട് സംസാരിക്കുക, they will help you with this thing. I think John, can you hear me? I think it's clear with you, I believe.
Okay sir. അപ്പം നമ്മൾ പുറത്ത് പോയി കഴിഞ്ഞാലും ഈ 1-year കോഴ്സ് പഠിക്കണം.
ഞാൻ പറഞ്ഞില്ലേ, സോ നിന്റെ സ്ട്രീം, നിന്റെ സിവിൽ എഞ്ചിനീയർ നീ പഠിച്ചിരിക്കുന്നത്. സോ സിവിൽ എഞ്ചിനീയറിംഗ് സ്റ്റുഡൻസ് ഇപ്പൊ സെഗ്മെന്റേഷൻ കൊടുത്തിരിക്കുന്നത് അല്ലെങ്കിൽ പഠിക്കാൻ പറ്റുന്ന കോഴ്സ് എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞ പ്രൊജക്ട് മാനേജ്മെന്റ് ആണ്. സോ പ്രൊജക്ട് മാനേജ്മെന്റ് പറയുമ്പോൾ മനസ്സിലാക്കണം ഏത് സെഗ്മെന്റിലും കയറാൻ പറ്റും. പ്രൊജക്ട് മാനേജ്മെന്റ് ഏത് സെക്ടറിൽ, ഇപ്പം ഏത് ഇൻഡസ്ട്രിയിലാണ് ഒരു പ്രൊജക്ട് ഉണ്ട്, അതിലൊരു മാനേജ്മെന്റ് ഉണ്ട്. സോ എനി പ്രൊജക്ട്, എനി സെഗ്മെന്റേഷൻ ഓർ എനി ഇൻഡസ്ട്രി ഹാസ് എ പ്രൊജക്ട്, ഓഫ് കോഴ്സ് there is a management for it. That's a simple art of it. So 1-year program പഠിക്കുക project management. After that 1 more year you can study in same Cégep college for another 1-year program. For 2 years കിട്ടും. So 2 years till 3 years stay back കിട്ടും. So based on that you'll get to receive a PR too. So Cégep എന്ന് പറയുമ്പം it's pretty amazing for you right now.
Okay. നമ്മൾ ഈ 1-year കോഴ്സ് പഠിക്കുന്നതിന് ഫീസ് ഒക്കെ എങ്ങനെയാ സാർ? അതിന്റെ എന്തേലും ആവുന്നു? ഫീസ്
ജോൺ, ഞാൻ കൊച്ചിൻ ബ്രാഞ്ചിൽ നിന്നാണ്, ബ്രാഞ്ച് മാനേജർ ആണ് ഞാൻ. ജോണിന് വിളിച്ച് എനിക്ക് നമ്പർ കിട്ടി ജോണിന്റെ. ഞാൻ എല്ലാ ഡീറ്റെയിൽസും പറഞ്ഞു, ബേസ്ഡ് ഓൺ യുവർ പ്രൊഫൈൽ എല്ലാ ഡീറ്റെയിൽസും പറഞ്ഞു തരാം.
John is clear right now and they will be helping you out with that. But
okay,
perfect.
A to Z എല്ലാ ഡീറ്റെയിൽസും പറഞ്ഞു തരാം കേട്ടോ.
എങ്ങനെ മാഡം?
A to Z എല്ലാ ഡീറ്റെയിൽസും, കാനഡ അഡ്മിഷൻസിന്റെ എല്ലാ ഡീറ്റെയിൽസും, കോഴ്സ് ഫീസ് എല്ലാത്തിനെയും കുറിച്ച് ഡീറ്റെയിൽഡ് ആയിട്ട് ഞാൻ ഡിസ്കസ് ചെയ്ത് പറഞ്ഞുതരാം.
നമ്മൾ ഈ 1 year അവിടെ പോയി പഠിക്കുന്നതിന് നമുക്ക് എന്നാ റേറ്റ് ആവും, എങ്ങനെ എത്രത്തോളം ഫീസ് ആവും?
അതെ ഞാൻ പറഞ്ഞു, ലൊക്കേഷൻ ടു ലൊക്കേഷൻ വ്യത്യാസം ഉണ്ടാവും. അപ്പൊ എല്ലാ ഡീറ്റെയിൽസും ഞാൻ ഇത് സെഷൻ കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ട് ഡയറക്ട്ലി വിളിച്ച് സംസാരിച്ച് പറഞ്ഞുതരാം. ഓക്കെ
മാഡം. ഓക്കെ
താങ്ക് യു ജോൺ.
So coming back Rajan, where we left off. God bless you John. It's a good day. So I think now it's understandable regarding the Cégep Marie-Victorin, clear idea about the programs, the requirements, the fee structure, and of course segmentation also. So if you have any doubts regarding Cégep Marie-Victorin, please ask me. Please ask.
Sure. I can see another some of our students in the session named as get 10.
Sir, I want to inquire about early childhood education course in Marie-Victorin College. I have enrolled this program and my intake is September. I have not got my AIP yet, but my application is there in the embassy.
But just to answer her question, if AIP is not received, I kindly request you please hold on, because the current situation in Canada, I'm sure everybody knows that. And if the lady can hear me, if she can hear me, I think she has to hold on as of now, because the whole system as of now for all the colleges in Canada is pretty much going down, because the market of students going right now is all fine. So if the person can clearly explain to me her email ID, or at least the email ID or phone number, and of course not just phone number, her number and the student ID, then I'll look into it, and within 5-6 minutes I can update you based on that. I need her number, not necessarily number, but her name and student ID. Then it's easy. But I think she can forward with the counseling team and she can help you with that. But I think her answer is clear, I believe.
Right. So
anyone else? Any more doubts?
Now I would like to open the podium for our team members. If they want to ask anything about Quebec and Cégep, so y'all with us, you can ask. So the first question from my side, as we have
that's good, Rajan.
We have programs of bachelors as well as we can offer those programs to the masters also. So if we see for the master student, it can be a gap for more than 5 years or 7 years, maybe for the 8 years. So can we accept those students also? Because after bachelor, the student is already continuing his studies for 2 years, and after that, how many years of gap could be acceptable with experience or without experience?
So just to answer your question, Rajan, so you said 8 years. Then the question comes, or doubt comes, what the student has been doing. So if the student has or candidate has anything to prove for this 8 years, at least if it's working for 8 years continuously, then the candidate has to prove what the designation and the company name was. So based on the reputation of the firm, based on the designation, the well achieved designation the student has achieved, based on that we can push.
Right.
As per document, it's 5 years, but if the IELTS score is pretty good also, then you do push. But up to 8 years, 8 is a pretty heavy number, but it's based on some weightage in at least IELTS, at least a designation of the company name, then we do push. So such candidates, if you have 8 years or 7 years, I'm not giving a number because then I'll be jammed. So at least 7 or 8, then please give a note in that gap is 8 years, but the course which is completed is this course, and of course the designation was this designation, at least an area manager or a middle level position, and the company name was this. So we can push based on this kind of category too.
Right.
That's clear.
Right. So what will be the visa success rate in that case?
I'm sure you already know, because as of now the age limit is 30.
Yeah.
Age limit. So this issue of gap comes into the picture. So that's why we are trying to be a bit more liberal. So coming to visa acceptance. So before this AIP scenario can be, our visa ratio was around 89 to 91. So as of now, because of AIP, we do prefer students who wants to go for, who will be going for AIP and for online classes. So this kind of students, majority of time they'll be getting visa accepted. But we are as of now saying, because we can't say 100% assurity, but we are saying about 90 to 92%. So because right now the Canadian government, of course, the Quebec province needs international students, and that's why even though the whole COVID is happening, that's why the immigration, of course, and the government is preferring for AIP. We want students going for online classes, and of course that's why that's evaluated and shortly being changed, criteria is shortly changed. So more changes will be coming, and of course AIP will be always accepted, and of course if rejected, and of course there will be a small deduction, of course, so things will be given back.
Right.
If visa is rejected, and the chance of visa rejection is comparatively very less. Only if the background verification, if the student has or candidate has any criminal charges or any of such thing, then the issue comes. Issue comes. Any more doubts?
Hello, good afternoon. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Sir, I have one question. My student name is Amanpreet Kaur, and she got a 3-time refusal from a Cégep college. And she had done MBA in finance and 68% marks.
68.
And
okay.
The course was a financial security advisor. But now I shared her application with the York University, and now she got an offer letter. When she came in office and asked to me one question, why ma'am this thing happened with me? But to be honest, at that time I have no answer, because I joined a pyramid before 2 months ago. But I think that this knowledge should be essential for us. Why these things happened with her?
So student name will be some Kaur, I believe. But Navjeet, can I ask you, the student right now went for Cégep Gym, I believe. I just want to know some basic category. So what is the age limit? What is the IELTS score? What is the background score?
Yes, sir, 6.5, not less than 5.5 then.
Okay.
Yes, sir. She is a very intelligent girl, a very, very intelligent student.
Yeah, okay.
I have no ideas why she did not get a visa from us, and why she did not get admission in the Cégep college.
So just to say it, for financial security advisor, that is a bachelor's program. It's for commerce stream. Any student who has passed commerce stream can apply for this course. That's for Cégep Gym. So the reason why student got rejected 3 times, I believe, in visa.
Yes, sir. Sir, no idea. No idea. I have no idea about it, and why she did not get a visa, and she got a 3-time refusal from a Cégep college.
Okay. So that thing mostly comes with student background verification. If the student has anything as of now for criminal charges, even if it's a female or a male, criminal charges also major importance in that. Any criminal charges?
No, sir, no.
That's what she told you, I believe.
No, sir. She is very innocent.
Just kidding. Now, just kidding. So this scenario does happen for immigration sometimes based on the timing exactly. So for Cégep cannot do anything based on that. But I can assure you one thing: majority of immigration do accept Cégep students going for abroad studies. majority of students. Majority means I can give you at least 99%. I can assure you that because Cégep is a late 1960s college in which it is well established. So immigration comes to the picture means there is nothing me as a college representative and of course you as a counselor team can do anything about it. It's everything comes in the hands of immigration. And I can assure you one thing: the chances of Cégep getting admission or getting visa restriction is comparatively very less because that's the history of Cégep. So let me ask you, what is the student name?
Amandeep.
Amandeep. I think I remember
Sorry,
that.
Hanji.
So the program was?
Financial Security
Amandeep
Advisor.
I remember. I think that's for Cégep Gym, not for Cégep Marie-Victorin. I think right now you're confused. There are two program colleges which is introduced by you, I believe. That's Cégep Gym. That is Cégep Delakas said the list. That is Cégep GIM. For financial security advisor, the concerned person will be Kalevani. So what I'll be pushing this application to her, I'll be asking her regarding what you said to me. So I'll look into it. So for Cégep Marie-Victorin, you can always ask me and you can always clear me. But the question was really important because we do get an application in which visa is rejected, but there's nothing we can do about it because chances of visa rejection is based on everything in hands of immigration. So sometimes if you're looking in the criteria, if something goes bad, they do reject, and sometimes we don't know exactly what are the criteria given by this immigration because everything is in their hands. They change it all the time. But if any updates as a college we are receiving, we will be updating regarding this criteria, this changing requirements, everything. So I think Navajit, that's clear with you.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Take it. Anything else?
Sir, one more question. I have one more question, and my student got a 66% marks in the Bachelor of Education, and then she had done a MSc in Mathematics and got a 53% marks. And she has a 3-year experience in teaching profession, and band score is 6.5 and not less than 6. Can she take admission in your college?
Of course, what a question is that? It's always open. So you can always take. I'm sure Navjit already explained to the criteria and the requirements, and if it's fulfilled by each program, then of course a student can apply.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
What is the age?
Sir, one more thing is MS in Mathematics, she got a 53% mark. 53. Can take admission.
That will be fine.
Okay.
That will be fine. It's based on the core subjects there. So 53 in core subjects, that's only the core subjects and the average in core subjects. So 53 comes in the average of it, we can push. At least 52 or 50 above, end of. No worries. Anything else?
Thank you, sir.
No,
sir. Thank you.
Asking the whole team exactly. So that whole name, anyone has any doubts?
Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Hi, this is Shabana from Kochi.
Yeah.
Actually, I have a student who had completed her 12th standard with maths, physics, chemistry, bio. Okay, and she's scored close to 60% marks. After that, she did her BCA, and she has, I think, one more paper which she's already attempted, her backlog which she's attempted, but her results are not out yet. And her IELTS score is 6 and one band 5.5, which she is also trying to improve. But would you think this profile would be apt for applying for the early childhood education, a diploma?
That's a really good question. Yeah, really good question because for Cégep, Marie-Victorin is for grade 12. So if she didn't pass further education, and it's grade 12, so we can push it. But if she passed, then there is Cégep gym in which there is always given for early education for bachelor students. But in that, the definition gone wrong because a science student or a nursing background student can only apply for this course. That is B.Ed or a nursing background.
You need to say if she completes BCA, then she would not be eligible for applying for the diploma?
No, because she already passed the bachelor's, right? So how can we apply for a grade 12 program? So the question is that if she failed, then I can push. But if she has gone for any other stream, for early childhood education for Cégep Gym, it is B.Ed. B.Ed otherwise nursing background. That is for Cégep Gym. For Cégep Marie-Victorin is bachelor. That is grade 12 in BIPC. BIPC means biology, physics, chemistry or psychology. So if she is in the middle of nowhere, so that's a question. So if she has failed, I'm sorry to say, if she failed, then of course Cégep Marie-Victorin is there with grade 12. If she passed, means she won't be able to go for same course for Cégep Gym because it's for B.Ed or for nursing background. So now I think you understood what I'm saying. Perfect. So If she fails, then of course CGF Marie-Victorin is open for her. But I'm sorry to say this is pretty harsh. So if she pass means such on her stream, she'll be applied for that. For early education, it's a pretty good program for female candidates. I can assure you that.
So results are not yet out because of.
Yeah, it's right. I know. But professional certificates are there, right? And if she passes means then we should need a explained certificate for this bachelor programs completed. For example, bachelor certificates, BSc it is 3 years, I believe. So plus 2 pass with science stream, but 3 years gap is there. It's failed. So we should need a proof to show what the student is doing. And we don't accept fake proofs. I'm sure you already know that. So if genuine is there, and if it's 2 years means we do accept without any proof, but 3 years means we do need something. But if you give the certificates of this candidate's requirements, I can give a push with my admission department and come with the result for that. But I can assure you, I give a push.
Getting the result.
Sure, Shaban.
Thank you.
Take care. Anything else?
Hello.
Yeah. I think I got the candidate back.
Sir, I want to discuss my profile for early childhood education course. Sir, I did my 12th in physics, chemistry and biology with 80% marks, and I have band score of 6.5 bands with not less than 6. Can I go for early childhood education in Marie-Victorin? My profile is suitable or not?
So if it's I just want to clarify, it's BPC, right? Biology, physics, chemistry is there in the segment, right? For grade plus 2. You studied by APC, right?
Yes, sir.
Good. Your LTS score is good. Your age criteria is perfect. Then push. We are ready to help you out with that. The counseling team will be ready to help you with that. Of course, Rajan, please take her out of it.
Yeah.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Anything else? So Cégep, Marie-Victorin. Any more doubts? So the next thing will be, because Kalevini, my colleague, was asked to join, but unfortunately her net server is pretty dull and she can't join. So she already messaged me that just few minutes back also. Can you please help me out, because I'm trying to join and she can't join back because the session is going bad, because both parts the whole network is pretty bad. So because it was raining and it has affected her signal very badly. So I'll be taking a brief session on Cégep Gym.
Right.
Cégep Gym. The only criteria difference in Cégep Gym and Cégep Marie-Victorin is the percentage, the course percentage. The course subject's average percentage. For Cégep, of course, Cégep Marie-Victorin is 52, but for Cégep Gym it is 55. For one second, repeat it. For Cégep Marie-Victorin, the course subject's average marks it's 52%. But for Cégep Gym, that is Cégep Delicacy at the list, it is 55%. That's the only difference.
Right.
Rest everything is same. So coming back to the programs, there are 7 programs in that, only 1 for grade 12.
Right.
So I'm sure the whole team knows about Cégep Gym because there is no much change in it. And the only difference, of course, is the age category. Of course, it's already been there for all the programs for Cégep. It is 18 to 30. I'm sure you already know about that.
Yeah.
So just to give a brief introduction or a brief idea about Cégep Gym, there are 7 programs. In that, the first program will be commercialized financial management. It's a grade 12 program. It's a plus 2 pass or a diploma candidate student can also apply for this program. Commercialized financial management. A student who has passed plus 2 in commerce, accounting or finance stream can apply for this course. A student who has completed grade 12 in commerce, accounting, on the first course. Under this course, it is computer science technology. CST, we explained in CST, that is computer science technology. That is a bachelor's program. A student who has completed computer science, computer related IT, ECE can apply for this program. That is computer science technology for bachelor students. A bachelor students who has completed computer, IT or ECE. The second program is that. Coming to the third one is mobile application development. IT stream. And of course, student with experience or triple can also apply for this course. Computer application development is over. That's for EC experience and of course IT too. Coming to the fourth, it's early childhood education. Just to explain once again, it's for female candidates and it's for bachelor students. For Cégep MV, that is Cégep Marie-Victorin, is for grade 12. But for Cégep Gym, it is for bachelor students. A bachelor students in B.Ed or into nursing background can apply for it. I think Shabana, now it's clear for you.
Yes. I think home science, BA.
That's good. So,
now can be accepted, right? For
exactly.
Cégep.
Exactly. That's right. Coming to next is fifth problem, that is transport and logistics management. So name itself states it's something related with commerce stream and of course production engineering students can apply for this course. Now just to explain once again, transport and logistics deals with logistics, supply chain management, export and import. So demand for this course is pretty high. So a student who has completed a commerce stream, and of course production engineering can also go for that. Is bachelor's program. Next is sixth one, that is financial security advisor. That's for bachelor students. A student who has completed, of course, finance stream can apply for this course. The program name itself states it. Financial Security Advisor. It's a commerce stream students who are bachelors. The last program, of course, it's project management. So I don't want to explain much about it because I already told in between when I explained to the student. So any stream students can apply for this course other than bioengineering, of course, chemical engineering. Any stream students. And it's a bachelor's program. Any student who can complete a bachelor's programs other than bio and of course chemical engineering can apply for this program. It's an open gate for any student other than these two programs. And of course a bachelor's program. Rest everything is criteria, requirements, everything is as usual same. And that's a basic about Cégep Gym and Cégep Marie-Victorin. And coming back to what I explained to you, ACS and AAC program. So I'll be explaining to you about that. And I'll try to speak as early as fast as possible, complete the session as early because it's getting late and I think the people wants to go and have their lunch, I believe. So I'll try to finish it off as early as possible. I'm sorry for this delay because if Kalevani was there, it should have been taken by her and I would have jumped out, but I don't want to do that. So let's clear it off as early as possible. So coming to ACS program, the first thing is that what do you mean by ACS? So it's clearly mentioned here. AEC and ACS is the same, but the abbreviation is different for French. It is this. I don't want to explain this because it's tongue twisting because it's pretty hard to explain the right pronunciation. So I think you can guess it from here what you mean by this ACS or AEC. AEC, it's the French of ACS. And for English, it is ACS, that is Attestation of College Studies. So this is the three kind of systems followed by Canadian education system, that is AEC and ACS, DCE, DEC or DCS, and DEP and DVS, three systems. And of course there is universities too. So coming to the next one, it is DEC, which is just a basic idea I'm explaining to you. DC or DC, it is Diploma of College Studies. This is mostly followed by students who wants to go and study in universities because there is credit transfer. I'm going to explain each and everything. And DVP or DVS, it is mostly related with skill-based program, that is electricity program, plumbing or carpentry welding. It is mostly AOL, that is mostly you can English words or EC words or layman terms you can explain this. It is mostly related with polytechnic courses compared with electricity or plumbing or into carpentry. That is mostly into program, skill-based programs. Now I'm going to concentrate mostly into AEC and ACS and DEC and DCS. First thing, AEC or ACS is mostly for 1-year programs or 2-year programs. So Cégep Marie-Victorin, Cégep Gym, Metrics, all these colleges are mostly into ACS programs. That is 1 year or into 2 year. The second thing is that the subjects or the programs or the things which start in ACS programs in Cégep or Cégep Marie-Victorin, no ACS programs is mostly course subjects related. Only course subjects. It's like in India we say masters, right? Masters, that is MBA without any language skills in that, or PGDM without any language skills in that. Only course subjects, which is concentrating into job, industry and market. There is no other things into that. Only the course subjects, which is important for jobs. And second thing is that ACS or ACS is mostly post-secondary diplomas, just like PGs. Don't get confused because the name diploma is there, because diploma is mostly there for all the colleges in India too, because it doesn't mean that it's a diploma program. It is mostly postgraduate programs. Coming to next thing, it is DEC is mostly, or DEC is mostly 2 years and 3 years programs. The subjects are mostly languages, general studies, philosophy. Not really interested or not really concentrated with job, but it's mostly with universities getting further, because for DCS program there's a thing called credit transfer. The student who wants to go for universities can go for DCS programs, but there are of course for counseling team students will be coming, I want to join a university, so the DCS comes into the picture. But I forcefully suggest that a student should go for ACS program, because first of all this clear differentiation is clearly mentioned in this screen, because for ACS programs a student will be of course job ready because the course subject is only taught in ACS program. Second thing, it's flexible because in a week for 2-year program it is only 1 or 2 days in a week programs or 2-day classes, or for 1-year program it is 2 to 3 days in a week programs or classes. So in that it's part-time. You can do part-time jobs while studying ACS programs. And third most important thing is that ACS programs are less expensive when compared to DCS programs. The student who is going for DCS programs will not be job ready, because just like any engineering or any basic bachelor's program, it is just core subjects with languages, psychologies or in the general studies kept in it. So DCS programs are not exactly job ready, it is simple program. And second thing, there is no job, part-time job, because it's strict. In a week there are around 6 days classes. So there is no part-time job. The student cannot earn. They don't have the experience of corporate world. They don't understand the basic understanding of earning and studying, the importance of that. And most importantly, it is highly expensive. And both the students, after completing of ACS and of course BCS, can apply for this university. And go for a DS program with kind of strict fee structure and of course strict classes, rather than going for ACS program. It is flexible and of course easy time consuming. And still, questions will be adamant because the credit transfer is there for BCS program. So Christian, of course, we can go for this because but the fee for universities will be 15 to 18 CAD per semester. But for ACS, after completion of program, after getting PR, the fee structure will be 3 to 4K per year. The whole difference goes into this thing. And of course, after universities, a DCS student can of course get PR, but after ACS, a completion of 2-year program with a 1-year stay back, by default the student will be receiving PR. The whole need of the student is fulfilled for ACS program, but in a different arrangement. That's the only difference between ACS and DCS. The student who wants to go for Canadian universities, please prefer or give them information what is the difference between DCS program and ACS program for Cégep. What gives a college like ACS colleges preference to university students. I think now it's done. I think now it's clear. Coming to the next thing, it is PR. As I said before, I'll be explaining about bilingual provinces like Quebec. What makes Quebec province and Cégep easiest way of receiving PR status? First thing is that after completing a 2-year study, there is 1 year PSW. A student has to have a PSW, that is post-study work permit. With a 1-year stay back, at least for 2 years, 2-year study, it is 3 years stay back. But for getting a PR, he has to at least have a 1-year stay back. And B2 proficiency in French. So B2 proficiency in French is that there are different classes in that. There is A1, A2, B1, B2, and C1 and C2. As clearly mentioned here, the student can only needed to have a B2 proficiency in that. And not just that, the French Education Ministry and of course the government exactly wants a student to study French because they don't want the culture, that is a French culture, to be mixed up with what are the place that the student came from. So that's what students should be given preference to study French. And not just that, the French and of course the Quebec province, the Quebec Canadian government exactly gives the student a small stipend, a pay amount to study French. That is around, there is some change, that is around 800 to 900 CAD, that is based on monthly wages, and based on weekly wages, different stipend or different amount. So the student receiving part-time jobs with the payment, and of course GAC is there, and of course third most important thing is that for studying French language, the student is receiving payment, a small stipend. That's a really important thing. And of course with this stream, that is a B2 proficiency in French with a 2-year stay back, or 1-year stay back with a 2-year study, the student will be receiving PR for province, that is provincial PR. Provincial PR clearly states PR for the provinces, that is Quebec province PR. And based on 3 weeks, you'll be receiving it. And within the so-called explanation or so-called needed documents given to the Canadian government federal, they'll be receiving within 8 to 10 months federal PR. Federal PR, which means all federation or the whole nation PR for all Canada. So for Quebec, this is the easiest thing. The only requirement you should need is just B2 proficiency in French. And B2 proficiency is just simple because based on my understanding and based on my explanation, based on my experience in this country exactly, based on my understanding, because I've been 10th, I was in Muscat, so I need a bit of understanding about Arabic. So 11th and 12th I did in Kerala, so I need a bit of understanding, a bit of knowledge about Malayalam language. So I went to Karnataka, in which I need a bit of knowledge about, a bit of understanding, or at least you can say in easy terms, B2 proficiency in Kannada language too. Then 2 years in easy course in Hyderabad, in which I have a bit of understanding about Telugu too. So the B2 proficiency is just for namesake. A person should need basic understanding about speaking and understanding. That's all we need. A student should need. Then of course, and the Canadian government actually pays a student for learning French. The based on part-time jobs and of course with including of the B2 proficiency in language income also. So that's a basic understanding about PR proficiency and PR understanding in Quebec province. So that's a basic understanding about that. Coming to the next important thing, that is the whole procedure. We know the college pay structure for 1 year is around 15 to 16 change. So after receiving, if the student is interested in learning in Cégep college, the counseling team has to send the complete documents CCing me, that is a job, to the admission department. And within 48 working hours, the student and the team will be receiving pre-admission letter, pre-offer letter. In that, there is a name about the understanding about the fee structure, understanding about the designated DLI number of the college, the basic understanding what the student has to do, the course service start, basic understanding about the program and the college too. And after that, within a time limit will be there. Within the time limit, the student has to pay the fee, and if needed, exception will be given based on the need and requirement of the counseling team and of the student too. And after payment of fee, the TTW should be sent to the same address, that is CCing me and of course admission department. And within 7 days, this is just a number for sake of keeping in the document. Before 7 days itself, the student will be receiving, the counseling team will be receiving letter of acceptance, that is LOA. Then this procedure you already know, that is CAQ and of course visa too. That's a basic broad Cégep admission procedure. Anything else clear? Make it clear with you? Anything?
Well, that's a great updates from your end. And I just want to clear, as you have shown on the screen, that after the ACS programs, the student needs to just pay 3,000 to 4,000 for the university.
Exactly.
Yeah, hear it.
That's what I believe. So the thing is that a person, I think I understood a question, I believe. So a person after completing ACS program will be receiving PR, right? A Canadian student will be only have to pay 3 to 4K, but the inter student has to pay 15 to 18 CAD. That's a difference. A student who is receiving PR can only pay this much.
Okay, right.
PR is a need. So
Right.
ACS program after 2 year completion with a 1 year stay back with a beauty proficiency will be receiving PR. That's easy as that. And of course, for them, for PR students, this is a fee. But for international students, it is 15 to 18 CAD per semester. I think now Rajan, it's clear with you.
Yeah. That's the catch.
Exactly. You can say that's the catch. Exactly.
Okay.
Anything else?
I think it's pretty much clear.
Any doubts? Anything?
Team, this is last call for all of you. If you want to ask anything, so job is with us, or we can wrap up this. Shabana ma'am, Chandrasekhar ji.
Hello. Yes. Hi, sir. Afternoon.
Yeah.
So it's regarding you said 2 years program with 1 year of work permit, post-study work permit.
Yes, lovely. Yeah.
So can you please elaborate it, like 1 year work permit?
This is just for getting PR status. For 2 years work permit, I'm sure you already know the.
Okay, for PR.
3 years. Only for PR. For PR, there's a criteria, right?
Okay.
The work permit should be there.
Okay, fine, sir.
And of course, a 1 year PSW should be there. And of course, beauty proficiency.
Okay, fine, sir. Fine.
No worries.
Thank you, sir.
No worries. Fabulous. Anything else?
So thank you so much, Job Augusti Bobbin. I think I had pronounced.
You pronounced it right. There is one more thing called Joes. So don't need to do that. Just Job will be enough because I'm an Anglo-Indian, because that's why this kind of names came from my family. So people do get confused. What should I call it? Augusti, Bobbin, or Job, or whatever it may be. So Job is my name. You can call me Job, and I think it's easy to roam because everybody is search of Job. So that's the easiest way, I believe. That's good. So just to say, the counseling team active, and I thank you for that, because such a 23 participants in the majority of consultants, the majority of counseling team, and I have a pretty high standards for Cégep compared with the Pyramid, because I already have a huge contact list with Pooja from Pyramid. I don't know Pooja is there or not, but Pooja is conveying my regards to Pooja, and of course Aman too. And my well wishes, and of course my regards to the whole team. If you have any doubts, please do get in touch with me, and of course my number you already know. It is if you want, I can explain to you, share my number to you. But if it's okay, it's okay. I'll share my number to you, my office number. And of course my email ID is already known to you. That is ajob@metrixcollege.ca. So once again, I really thank the whole Pyramid eService team, because we've been a great, amazing team, and of course been creative, and of course been active also fairly. But thank you for everything, and please do get in touch with me for everything and anything regarding the Cégep. So Rajan, if you have anything, please.
Thank you, Job, for this wonderful presentation and your time. I hope this will be a great help to all our counselor teams, and the updates of Cégep as well as Quebec, as well as the AIP status and the PR status, they all get updated, and we will grow. So thank you so much.
Good.
Yeah.
That's
Thank you, Job, so much for your time.
God bless you. God bless you. Take care. Wish you all the time. Wish you a good day.
Pyramid. Visa for a better life.